What is the dream? The dream is to bring brilliant minds from every nation together to solve the world's problems, one positive pebble at a time. It will be we the people of the world that bring about true change, peace and love to all. Governments never solve any problem, only create them. Wars, starvation, sickness, oppression, financial slavery, death and destruction is what governments do best. When all the military might of nations is used to destroy other nations, the question has to be asked, why not use that military strength for good? Feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, heal the sick, and so forth. True representation of truth, freedom, and justice comes from we the people, and it never came from slick-talking politicians that say whatever they have to get elected, and then regulate away your freedoms. There is no reason to have starving babies in the world of today. Yet, it goes on. There's no reason for wars and sickness, yet it continues. We as the people must stop feeding that beast that is eating humanity alive. We the people of all nations have the power to bring about a literal heaven on earth. You as an individual have more power than you can possibly imagine. You have the power of the spoken word. You have the power of the pen, the power of action, and most of all, the power of love. It is time to use this power to make our world a better place. We are the founding fathers, mothers, sisters, and brothers of our children and of our children's children's future. Into the future and beyond, what we do today will define the world that they live in tomorrow. Let us from every nation come together and make that future a great one.
Hello to Awake TV and all the viewers out there and the listeners of Awake Radio and Shazizz Radio and all the other affiliated networks therein. How to sum up what it is that Shazizz Radio and Shazizz Mad Science is all about. Well, I put a clip right here at the very beginning of this video that pretty much says it all in a nutshell. We all know that there's people in this world that are doing without, and there's folks out there in this world all over in many nations, in so many different countries, of all these folks of like minds who have come together via all these networks right here that are literally trying to bring about some positive change towards the world. Not under some system of a one world government, just under a system of a one world idea, such as we're tired of seeing, people in the world do without and nobody seeming to be able to get anything accomplished. If our leadership of the world had it in everyone's best interest to solve these issues, then it would be solved. It doesn't take no 30 years to feed the starving people of the world. It doesn't take no 30 years to resolve the homeless conditions of the world. There's so much need out there. And each and every one of us have something to give to the deal. My little bit of gift and knowledge that I share with the world via my YouTube channel and my radio network is essentially, my knowledge in alternative energy and, things by which alternative methods to pump water or, things to basically contain you off the grid. Worst case scenario, the power grid goes down. Keep some lights on, a fan, some way to keep your food cool and that kind of stuff. I have a lot of different projects that I work on. All the lighting system that you see going on in this video right now is coming from a 45-watt solar panel out back, and I have a battery bank over here of just 3 lawn and garden batteries. You've seen some of my videos. I did a video on a electric motorcycle and that kind of stuff, called the Electron. Check that video out as well if you like. But either way, to try to make a long story short and not sound extremely long-winded, I'm going to try to do my part via this radio network and my YouTube channel to try to put ideas and information out there to open people's mind to possibilities. You know, one of us have a talent, one of us has a skill, you know, but all of us together can take those skills and put them together as the pieces of puzzle and make things happen, you know. Like I say, I work in alternative energy and plasma technology, that kind of stuff right there, and wireless energy transfer. You know, this is stuff that dates back all the way to Nikola Tesla, you know, how to wirelessly send energy from one point to the next. There's something going on in this bulb right here. I'm going to unlock the secrets of that something going on, and I'm going to pass it around to all the people of the world as fast as possible. I got a project in the work of epic proportions that once this thing is all said and done, everybody and his brother's going to have it. And that's going to be my gift to humanity as far as I'm concerned, you know. As long as we're underneath the power of the thumb of the power companies or the governments of the world who don't seem to have the best interest of mankind in their sights, you know, then we're always going to see the same things that we've seen. The actions speak louder than words. Whenever you see that they're talking about how we got to bring peace, but in order to bring peace, they got to go over and start a war. In order to feed the hungry, we got to ask the people to donate their money, regardless of the fact that we put thousands and thousands and millions of dollars, even up into the trillions of dollars, towards our governments of the world, and still, yet nothing gets accomplished. Still the bombs fall and the bullets fly and the people starve and they get sick and all this kind of stuff. I, for one, as a representative of Shazizz Radio and Shazizz Radio networks and all affiliates and Awake TV, I'm out to try to put a positive solution towards making a difference in this world. Because what is at stake isn't just our future, which if you look at the path that we're on, we're heading towards a path of sheer destruction. That's not fear-mongering, that's fact. All you got to do is look at history. History will point out exactly which direction you're going in according to how people are acting. If there's a war going on, somebody's going to die. If there's somebody in the world that don't have food and water, then they're going to die. And that's what we hope to change in this world. Every time we lose an individual in this world, we lose a big piece of humanity. That one piece of the puzzle that could have been the cure for whichever disease that the so-called government officials of the world and the doctors of the world say that, we can't cure that disease. We can cure any disease. We can cure the so-called energy crisis. We can feed and clothe and shelter every man, woman, and child on this planet. People can argue with me till they're blue in the face of all the different exponential growth ideas and all that kind of stuff, but those same people aren't volunteering to take themselves out of the equation in order to benefit all of humanity, and I wouldn't want them to do that anyway. But the reality of the thing is, we've got such a vast amount of resources, of mines and everything on this beautiful earth that I believe, in my personal belief, that our Creator gifted us to be the caretakers of, and the caretakers of one another and all the animals and stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, humanity's not being a very good caretaker. We've got fish dying off. We've got polluted streams and polluted oceans and just a really one heck of a mess going on in this world. The people of all these networks that have come together have decided that, enough's enough. And you think, well, the problem's too big and I can't solve it. Well, brother or sister of the world, you can't solve it by yourself, but together we can solve it. And it starts by, you personally getting out into your own personal community and start doing something towards seeking a resolution for your neighbor. Instead of calling the law on your neighbor, you go over and give your neighbor a helping hand. You go down and you feed that hungry man, no matter what the government tries to tell you. You're not asking for permission. You're doing what you were put here to do, to be caretakers of one another, to love and protect each other. If a government says that it's illegal to feed people, then that government's out of control as far as I'm concerned. You know, food is a necessity of life, and everyone deserves food. Everyone deserves water. Everyone deserves clothing and shelter. Now, there's greed and corruption and crime and all kinds of stupidity going on in the world, but don't let that get you down. Use the gift, the power of the spoken word, the power of your actions, the power of the pen. Use the power of your love to go out there and uplift a soul somewhere on this earth. If you have resources, you know, I get all kinds of electronics. This is a 400 watt inverter. You know, you connect it to a battery, you get a little bit of AC power. I'm running my lights off a solar panel out in the back here in my lab, you know. And these are small solutions to work towards the holy grail of machinery that'll take everyone off the power grid once and for all. I made a promise to give everybody in this world free energy, and I aim to make it happen. Before my last breath, I'm going to leave to humanity something better than what was left to us. So with that said, you know, you're not helpless by any means. You, the individual, have so much power, more power than you can possibly imagine. We, the people, outnumber the elite and the globalist corporate goons that are running around polluting and raping every society in the world and depleting all the natural resources and just making money hand over fist. You know, we need to hold their feet to the fire. We need to tell them, if you're going to be down in Mexico, you treat them people in their land with respect. If you're going to be over there in Ireland or Scotland or Russia or Bulgaria or Canada, if you're going to take your country, your company out of this country and go to another nation, you represent our country by representing those people and taking care of their land and making sure that they have clean, fresh water and a healthy environment to work in, and you pay them a decent wage. That's what right is all about. And so if these companies can't abide by common decency, the law, you know, of humanity, then don't buy from them. Don't support the beast that's feeding you alive. If the government can't do their job, then ship them out. Put somebody else in that seat who's going to do the job. Right now, the resources that I have available is up here in my head. The resources that I have building things like this out of junk, you know. There's wireless energy transmission right there, okay? Maybe to the average Joe, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but there's something going on there, and I aim to show you how to use that in a better fashion and use more efficient, more cleaner energy. You know, like I said, I'm not paying for this light bill right now. This light bill right here is out there in the field via a little 45 watt panel running this doggone battery bank back here, and I aim to completely get myself completely off the grid. My updated lab is going to be a larger lab, and it's going to be full of more information and more projects. And so when I get that accomplished, I'll put the cameras out there so everybody can see what's going on. And it's all about trying to put this information out to everybody and his brother. I'm not looking to become a wealthy man. I'm looking to keep a promise to a man at the power company, the man up there at the top, who I wrote the letter and told him I intend on dedicating the rest of my entire life to studying everything there is to know about alternative energy. And when I get that accomplished, I'm going to share it with everyone and his brother for free. And when his pockets get thin, he's going to have me to blame for it. Am I going to make a friend out of that man? No, sir, but I'm going to put a stepping stone out there for the future of humanity in the best way that I can, and that's by opening people's mind to the fact that there's knowledge out there, and if that knowledge is shared and if that knowledge is acted upon, we can make our world a better place. We can feed the hungry, we can feed and clothe and shelter all the homeless of the world, and we can take care of one another. They can't make no money if there isn't no wars. They can't sell bullets, guns, and ammunitions, and army tanks, and bombers, and all that kind of stuff. They can't sell that if none of your men and women are willing to go to battle for their corrupt ideas. They can't sell drugs if there isn't nobody sick. And so it's up to you to do the research to go out and find those alternative medicines and alternative ideas and alternative ways of living to keep your body healthy, keep the chemistry that is you in balance so that you are healthy and able to take care of your children and their children on down into the future. We are the founding fathers, the mothers and the sisters and the brothers of our children and our children's children's future. And what we do today is going to define the world that they live in tomorrow. I personally want my children and their grandchildren and so on into the future to live in a better world than what we see ourselves and have to contend with on a daily basis. So, my advice to the world is jump on one of these networks, get in the chat room, become involved, start helping your neighbors out, tell everybody, testify to what you've done for your neighbors, go out and do some guerrilla gardening, plant fruits and vegetables in every direction, on every side of the street, on every street corner, and don't ask for permission from the man. Just up and do it. If you want the world to be a better place, it starts with you. It starts with me. We're the ones that's got to get up off the couch. We're the ones right now allowing this system to run roughshod over our brothers and sisters around the world. There's people in Africa that need water. They need food. They need medicine. There's people all over the world in every single nation that need food, water, medicine. They need taken care of, and they need love, and they need whatever necessities that it takes to keep life sustained. I'm going to work on the free energy portion of the deal. This is my portion to actually put something beneficial out there into the world. And since somebody out there knows better about gardening, you get you a YouTube channel, you get you a radio show on one of these networks, and you start teaching people the knowledge that you've researched in all your life, and you show them how to fish, show them how to garden, and you will feed them for a lifetime. Show them how to irrigate their crops. Show them how to produce alternative energy, building wind generators, hydroelectrics, thermoelectrics, earth batteries. You can make chemical batteries out of lemonade, fruits, or whatever, you know. If every little bit counts. One single little vote, you know. Throw it in there. Any idea. All ideas are on the table, and that's what we do at the Knights of the Round Table. That's what we do on Shazizz Mad Science. I would invite you all to come over there and join in and listen in on shazizzradio.com or Wake Radio or No Borders or TCT or 1800 Online. There's so many networks out there. And if you don't like any of these networks, then brother, sister, get up there and start your own network and do what you know in your heart's right and make this world a better place and make our Creator smile. So with that said, peace and love to everybody. Take care. I'm going to keep on working on the alternative energy solution, and when I'm ready, I'm going to put it out there for the people, and I'm going to put it out there for free because that's the right thing to do. Knowledge belongs to all of us. This world belongs to all of us. We're just here to be the caretakers of each other and the world as a whole. And so far, humanity, unfortunately, is doing a bad job. So with that said, don't lose hope. Gain faith in your Creator, gain faith in yourself, and get up off the couch. Let's make this world a better place. Let's stop the wars, stop the sickness, stop the stupidity, and get our world back to some common sense, some decency, and morality. If you can't agree with that, and you're out trolling this video, brother, I'm sorry about your luck. We're not waiting behind for you. You don't jump on the train and go with us, you'll have to catch up later. That's all there is to it. Because we got it in our heart, there's a mission. We're going to make the world a better place with or without you. That's coming from Shazizz Radio and Shazizz Mad Science on YouTube. Check me out. I think I'm on Facebook and Twitter too. So, peace and love, everybody. Take care.